Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
So Ontario is the hub for human trafficking, and it's just going up and up and up. So watch what happens when these reporters go undercover to expose one of these human traffickers. Take a look.
Offering a warm bed in Hamilton, Ontario for a young petite female. We call and agree to a coffee meetup.
I'm coming from somewhere in Toronto. I'm just in urgent need of a place, so I'm able to come. Start to be on my way soon.
Right, understandable.
We arrive and wait. The guy comes out of the coffee shop, makes his introduction.
Hey, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yes. I can sit here. I saw that offered free rent, so I was like interested in meeting you.
Right? That's what kind of with the friends with benefits sort of thing, right? If you're into that.
I want to hear from your terms, because a lot of people say different things, and that's one thing I find.
Let me fool around a little bit here and there, right? Sort of.
When you say
In the same bed, right?
there's only one bed.
Yes.
Okay. I like to know people's expectations.
I like to
You like what?
please.
Please.
Yeah, stuff like that. If you're not into actually, that's cool. We can do other things, right?
So what if sometimes I had money to pay rent, so I wouldn't just be...
I would be like, say, girl, if you're, hey, I don't mind helping you out if you're kind of helping me out too, right? You know what I mean?
You only want girls?
Of course.
Like young girls?
Not necessarily of legal age, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm willing to help someone out. You seem to be smart, you're pretty, you're younger, you need a hand, you need help, a little bit of basic help, sort of.
Yeah.
Hamilton's brutal, right?
Really?
Yes. Be careful. Don't be gullible, right?
A few days later, we set up a meeting with the man behind a different Craigslist ad. It says, "Are you a female looking for cheap rent or help?" But things take a turn quickly when we email. He says he wants an arrangement with a female for occasional fun, and if there's a connection, the rent is free. After that, a flurry of messages come our way. The tone is vulgar. "I'm assuming you're single with a healthy drive. I've got a very thick. Is that all right with you?" Then, "I'm looking for ongoing, Jasmine, and I'm pleased to help in any way with school expenses." Minutes later, this lewd late-night follow-up. "I hope this doesn't offend, but I'm experienced and it's going to feel good." Attached, a photo of his private parts. We decide it's too risky to meet. Instead, we get him on the phone.
That was a pretty horrible thing to witness. And as you can see, it's one of the folks, and he offered a warm bed. He said there was only one bed. He obviously had, I guess what he considered to be payback for, offering this sister a place to stay. And he was very explicit in what he wanted to do. And now let's take a look at what happens when the reporter actually contacts him to let him know that, basically you're busted. Take a look.
My name is Asha Tomlinson. I'm a host with CBC Marketplace. You've been connecting with one of our journalists about the ad that you posted on Craigslist.
Right.
And I just want to know... Didn't even get a question in, and he hung up. We reach out again, asking for an on-camera interview. He gets back to us and says he had no idea what he was doing was against the law, that he thought it was harmless as long as it's two consenting adults. He's taken the ad down and adds, "I was foolish and I'm truly sorry.
So he hung up on her. Then she calls back. He's very sorry. He didn't know that there was anything wrong with it because he considered them to be consenting adults. You see, that's the problem. And that's how people like this individual lure young people into thinking, well, you're of age, if they are. Sometimes they're younger. And, I'm going to make sure that you have everything you need. All you have to do is just give me a little something, something, and we'll be good. And let's keep it under wraps. What I find actually even more, disgusting is that he was telling this sister to be careful out there and don't be gullible. Yet he's sitting there offering her a free room and board and expecting you know what in return. So, how hypocritical, like, this is so alarming. And I'm just going to give you some statistics that are going on in Ontario. So, Canada has been identified as a source of destination and transit country for victims of human trafficking for the purpose of sexual exploitation and forced labor. Statistic Canada also reports that from 2013 to 2023, just over 4,500 incidents of human trafficking have been reported to police services in Canada. 86% of incidents of human trafficking were reported in census metropolitan areas. 93% of victims of police reported human trafficking were women and girls. 23% of victims of police reported human trafficking were age 17 and younger. 42% between 18 and 24, and 23% between 25 and 34. 82% of persons accused of human trafficking were men. 91% of victims were trafficked by someone they knew, and 34% were trafficked by an intimate partner. This is pretty alarming stuff. And as I said earlier, it is increasing and increasing and increasing. So what we have to do is really keep an eye out for our young Black females and males. Like I keep saying, if you see something, say something. These statistics are not going to get any better if we all as a community aren't looking out for our youth. It is not a good thing to see this sister, who thank God was a reporter, but imagine if she wasn't. And not only imagine, this is actually happening. Okay, there are a lot of desperate young Black women and men that are out here, and there are people like this that prey on people like that. I mean, when you look at the emails that this individual was sending, explicit emails, it's actually really disgusting behavior. Really disgusting. It really, really left me speechless. And I'm rarely speechless. And part of this problem and the rise in this problem is the rise in illegal immigration in Canada. And some of that is, and I'm not saying all, but some of that is linked to this. We have to keep watch on our youth. If you see something, say something, report it so that we can get this under control. Anyway, I feel like anybody who is doing this, you are breaking criminal code because you're offering something for free, but you're offering it as though these young people are working girls. And we all know that people do get arrested for that. So this is an actual crime. I hope he gets arrested and hauled off in handcuffs. Let me know what you all think about this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. You can grab it at your Google or Apple store and you will not be disappointed. Download that app. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Emma Ansah Unfiltered. Until next time,